Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's Unseen video. This is where we round up all the talking points from social media and we've got to get straight into it. We had a bonkers SmackDown. Obviously, we all just saw The Rock and we're going to get to that. But let's go into the WWE news. So, Winter Soldier, shout out to you. Wrestling Observer newsletter reporting that Aleister Black, Malakai Black should be returning to WWE imminently. No word as to whether that's going to be main roster or NXT. I would think main roster, but we have seen a lot of people coming over from AEW going to NXT first. The reason for that is because I think they're trying to boost the ratings of NXT. And so, you know, we just saw Ricky Saints, for example, coming over and going to NXT. But then equally, we've seen someone like Penta go straight to the main roster. We saw Jade go straight to the main roster, but we saw Ethan Page go to NXT. And I am reminded of Drew McIntyre, big name, of course. He left WWE, and when he came back through NXT. So I don't think it's a given that he's going to the main roster, but I would expect that he would go to the main roster. I would expect that they would put him on the same brand as his wife. They tend to try and keep couples together. So I've got to think that he's going to end up main roster bound. But I wouldn't rule NXT out 100%, right? But he should be returning imminently. No idea when that is. Winter Soldier, again, thank you. WWE are making plans for Rey Fenix, although there's been no confirmation that Phoenix has yet been released from his AEW contract, so no surprise here. We know they're interested. We know they wanted to bring in both of the Lucha Bros. They managed to get Penta. They didn't get Phoenix. We know what's happening there, so I can't say there's a real surprise that they're making plans for when he will be available. Okay, Evolve. There was a NXT star that got injured. It's Danny Palmer. She's not someone that we see that often, to be honest. But she picked up an injury. She's had to have like hip surgery. So sounds like it was pretty moody. So obviously, you know, wishing her a very speedy recovery. Edwards, shout out to you. So we've got 12 new events that have dropped. These are just like Raws that are going to be in different places. I wonder actually if we can click on it, because I know this will be interesting to people in these areas. So it looks like we're going to be in Missouri on April 28th, Kentucky on May 12th, North Carolina on May 16th, South Carolina on May 19th, Georgia May 23rd, Tennessee on May 30th. We're going to be in Oklahoma on June 2nd, Kentucky on June 13th, Wisconsin on June 16th, Michigan on June 20th, Ohio, June 23rd, and Pennsylvania on June 30th. So I just wanted to run through those because I know people that join us that live in those areas would be interested. Lots of Raws and I think SmackDowns being announced there. So 12 new events looking at April, May, post-WrestleMania. Okay, WWE LFG has been renewed already for a second season. So, Parker, thank you. Edward, thank you for that as well. Perth is going to host a WWE PLE as part of its deal with TKO. So we know about this. It got announced actually on SmackDown tonight that Perth is going to host a PLE, I believe, in 2025. So don't know the show. I don't expect it to be like a SummerSlam or anything like that. I'm guessing it's going to be a Fastlane or a Bad Blood or, you know, something along those lines. But great for the people of Perth. So CM Chunk, shout out to you. Yeah, Alexa was doing meet and greets and she was wearing this. And it is believed to be the upside down moth, the firefly, if you will. Obviously for Bray. So she was doing meet and greets and she was wearing that necklace. So Alexa Bliss appears to be wearing a Bray Wyatt moth logo on her necklace. So Vintage T, shout out to you, buds. And this is great. Look, Uncle Revel actually getting to meet Alexa and you can sort of see that necklace there. But yeah, she was meeting people as part of Fanatics and that whole kind of meet and greet that was set up. So I'm sure she was a very, very popular person to meet. So you did well, actually, to get to meet her. Pete Rosenberg is going to be the voice of WWE Evolve. Apparently, it's going to be Pete Rosenberg and Mr. Stone. They're going to be the two that are going to be the voices for Evolve. We're going to start doing those streams on Wednesday. Really looking forward to that. This is coming from PW Nexus, right? So apparently Stone Cold has been approached about doing something at WrestleMania 41. It won't be a match. It's believed that it would be a segment of some kind. Probably one of those when they're announcing the attendance, or, you know, we just finish a match and then there's a bit of a pause and then boom, the music hits and out he comes and he just does like a little moment with the crowd. Like, I think it would be something along those lines. But no word yet as to whether that is actually going to happen. But apparently it has been discussed. So that coming from PW Nexus. And here we go. So here we go. Pete Rosenberg said, I've wanted to do play-by-play my whole life. I am excited to be the voice of WWE Evolve alongside my man, Mr. Stone. Wrestling fans are going to love this show. So Rosenberg and Stone, the duo you didn't know you needed. So there we go. That's the WWE news. Let's go over to the Wyatts, because the Wyatts posted this. We were live when this dropped, and honestly, I thought this was a tricky one, right? We had HR 1987. 1987 definitely felt like a year. Then I felt that this was probably like the last letter of something. This really felt like it was, you know, each letter represented a word. You know, if that had stood for like being the last letter for Howdy, and that was the last letter for Alexa Bliss, and, you know, it kind of felt like it was something like that. And then the D2SA2O, I don't know. I mean, that would have to have gone into Google and, you know, see what came back, really. So people went off and they were investigating. So Aeros one, thank you. And we did get something coming back. So demon to some, angel to others. So Jazzy needs sleep. Demon to some, angel to others. So D2SA2O, that's what that is believed to stand for, right? So very, very good, right? I retweeted, could this describe Alexa? Slamex said Hellraiser 1987, so HR 1987. Here's some quotes from the movie. We have such sights to show you. So it was first letter. We have such sights to show you. And demons to some, angels to others. So there we go. So the clue was the first bit. It was Hellraiser. That was the year. And then these were those two quotes. The time draws near. So we are getting closer towards the Wyatt Sicks coming back. And I thought that was a really good one, actually. I thought it was a really good one. Maybe just a little bit of a shame that once you got the film, then obviously you could get these quotes and that they weren't three separate things. Doesn't really matter, you know. I still looked at it and was like, oh, that's not an easy one to work out, to be honest. So, yeah, very good. So, Slamex, shout out to you. Shout out to everyone else that tagged me in that. Right, Alexa was on SmackDown, and apparently they said that is the 6th woman who will be competing in the Elimination Chamber tomorrow night. So, Brady just picking up on the fact they called her the 6th. Which obviously is very interesting. Here's some footage, I believe, after, or is this during? So, yeah, so obviously we had the glitch interrupting at this point. This is fan footage. So there we go. She has Roxanne. Roxanne trying to get out of that. She gets driven down. So Brady said this is an in-person video of Alexa from tonight. Alexa didn't break character, even when we went to commercial break. To be honest, I wouldn't massively expect her to. There's obviously still a lot of people that are in that arena. So I wouldn't really expect her to break character. But there we go. Moment done. She gets out the ring. The Minecraft thing on the side. And there we go. Alexa making her way up the entrance ramp. But I like Bailey there, just trying to get out of the way a little bit. So there's Bailey. Look, meeting some fans. There's Bianca as well. There's obviously a few moments where they get an opportunity to speak to the fans. This is quite interesting. Seeing these people just... obviously, they got to be pretty quick. But yeah, you know, they get like a little bit of a moment there. So yeah, very good. Very good. Okay, let's go SmackDown. Oh, let's not go SmackDown. Let's go Is there an Elimination Chamber folder? Let's do that. We'll do Elimination Chamber, then we'll do Elimination Chamber Kickoff, then we'll do SmackDown. I told you, man, this is stacked. So here we go. Soul, final boss. So we had this image of The Rock and is that Little Wayne, right? Little Fuego, thank you. WWE. Oh, Travis Scott, sorry. I don't know. Then we've got this one from WWE. So we've got Travis Scott, we've got The Rock, and we've got John Cena. They say it's going to be an unforgettable night in Toronto. So it is interesting that they tweeted this out and it had Cena, but then he tweeted it out and Cena wasn't there. I suppose, like, for him, like, he's not really looking to promote John Cena. I don't know. If Cena was there, people might have spoke about, oh, look, is that a tease that Cena's going to sell his soul and all that kind of stuff. So perhaps he thought, like, I'll just have me and Travis Scott, right? Or Little Wayne. Smurfy Tunes, shout out to you. Right, so, yeah, Uncle Revel, this is just a little look inside the shop. So I appreciate these images. So here we can see some of the shirts. It's probably the shirt Cena's going to be wearing, of course. We got the $400 Cody Rhodes jacket. We've got quite a selection of figures. We got like local merch, and there's the masks for the Wyatt Sicks. And there's Lily as well. But that's not the new Lily, is it? That's the old Lily. Like, that's the old Lily. So they do a new Lily now. So there must just be, I hope that was marked down. That's old Lily. No one wants old Lily. No one wants Boomer Lily. That's a great shirt, that is. I think that's great. More figures. And then we got the banners as well. So very good. So Uncle Revel and family, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. It's a great little glimpse into what it's like being kind of around Toronto right now. Johnny, right, so Triple H said Elimination Chamber will be an industry-changing weekend. Industry-changing weekend. Johnny's like, he says this at every PLE. Oh, this boomer is always saying that. Okay, not loads, actually, in this. So Michael Cole dipping out of there got me crying. Oh, man, he did get out of there, didn't he? So, yeah, we had Barefoot Bianca come racing out and attacking Liv. Naomi would attack Raquel. Liv Morgan's response when being asked by Michael Cole if she and Raquel attacked Jade. For the 100th billionth time, Michael, we had nothing to do with it. But so what if we did? What's Jade going to do about it? Nothing, because she's not here. So this was probably the best moment. So this is where Drew handed over some lip balm. He was like, if you're going to kiss John Cena's ass, then you might as well have that. And he put it in his pocket up there. Their relationship, I don't know if they're kind of playing it up, but they've had quite a few little run-ins. The last kickoff show, Drew was having a pop at Michael Cole. So I don't know how much he's enjoying this moment, to be honest. So there we go. We gave him some lip balm so that he can kiss John Cena's ass on commentary tomorrow. CM Punk said he wants to see Cena break the records, but will fall short inside the chamber. So I think Punk was saying, I want to see Cena get number 17, but not at my expense. He was so good tonight. He was good here, and he was amazing on SmackDown with his promos, right? I'm going to paint a violent masterpiece for all of Toronto. Apparently we got these glitches as well. I didn't see this moment. So apparently we got this moment, this like really weird production botch. There was another one as well, another weird production botch moment here, where they actually called him Cathy Kelley. Cathy's looking a bit different. Cathy said, I can see how they might be confused. We both wear glasses now. So yeah, a few production botches. Michael Cole was trying to talk to CM Punk. He was like, let's talk about Logan. Punk was like, let's start with someone else. Let's leave him last. Let's talk about Seth. Let's start with someone else. He's got issues with so many people in that chamber. CM Punk said, do I have a soul to sell? Only time will tell. So he was being a bit cheeky. He did it again as well. Will I have to call in a favor? Will I have to sell something? Do I have a soul to sell? Michael Cole, time will tell. There was this doing the rounds as well. So Roxanne actually started off the kickoff. The kickoff was only about half an hour long. It was much shorter this time. And I don't really know what he was doing in the background, to be honest. Was he doing one of them? Because if he did, I didn't notice it. Father watches daughter cut another great promo. So I did not notice him in the background if he was there. So that was pretty fun. So that was the kickoff. There wasn't really loads. I think the best part was probably Drew giving Michael Cole the lip balm. And of course, very interesting that CM Punk would sort of just tease, will I have to sell my soul? So yeah, the Cody arrived and he got given his own locker room, right? So that was the first gift that he received. Of course, he would receive a few throughout the night. We open with Trishy and Tiffy time, right? Pretty good. Not bad. Don't mind opening the show with Trish. Of course, we're in Canada. So Trishy and Tiffy time. This was good. This little girl here, probably your dad had a poster of me on his wall when he was your age. There was a bit as well where she took her shirt off, chucked it in the crowd, and like, I'm pretty sure that dad was fighting for that shirt as well. So she might have been telling the truth there. This led to our first match because basically we had Chelsea Green coming out and then we had Tiffany against Chelsea. They got into a match that would bring out Nia and Candice. And so there'd be this big brawl, obviously setting up like, you know, the feud for tomorrow. It was okay. Honestly, people weren't crazy about the match. But, you know, as the start goes for the local crowd, I think they would have been happy with it. This was great. So basically, Solo tells Jacob that he's going to replace him in the tournament. And he says, I want you to do us proud. You know, I'm doing this because I love you. And you can sort of see the facial expression here. Jacob just not interested at all. Just not interested. So I sort of feel like this is obviously going to break down. I sort of feel like they are going to make Solo the face, actually. And the reason why I think that is because they've tried him as a heel and it didn't really work. So I think they might now try and make him face. And I think that Jacob could have matches with Roman. He could have matches with Cody. I think that actually one of these needs to be a monster heel. And it feels like Jacob is the bigger monster of the two. So I think that I would be quite tempted to go with Jacob as the heel here. So I think they're going to go that way, but still a bit early to tell, right? The Rock gives Cody a fancy locker room, but R-Truth is in there. How do you get it like this? I guess you consider selling your soul to The Rock. Well, he is the soul man. So he kind of got him mixed up with his dads. Rocky Johnson was the soul man, and that was The Rock's dad. So R-Truth getting a bit confused. Then we went to our next match. This was Jacob against Andrade, and this for me was probably the best match of the night. I really enjoyed this, and really, really good. Jacob picking up the victory, and the match just banged. It was so good. Right, Santos Escobar confronted Street Profits, and this would lead to our next match. It would be a tag match. It would be Las Garza taking on the Street Profits. We would never actually get to that match, though. It would end in a big brawl, but we'll get to that. This was interesting. So obviously Cody got told about the locker room. He got told about all the nice food that was in there. And look at these two. They do look very much like J&J Security from when Seth was in the Authority. So I don't know. Is that just a coincidence? Because when Seth kind of sold his soul, turned on the Shield, we had these guys as his backup. Now all of a sudden these guys that I don't recall ever seeing before are now kind of going up to Cody saying, come this way, The Rock's got a locker room for you. Like, could we actually see more of these guys? Could this be the 2025 version of these guys? It's very interesting. Crispy Wrestling saying, wait a minute. I thought that was a really good observation. Really good. Okay, let's go to second bit. So we got that big brawl. I mean, like, it was meant to be Las Garza against Street Profits, but DIY would come down, Motor City would come down, Pretty Deadly would come down, and as Metal Mama says there, chaos. Then we had Drew talking to Cody. He said, you sold your soul a long time ago, and I don't quite know what that means. I don't know what that means. You sold your soul a long time ago. So, yeah, that's a bit cryptic, that one. I'm not sure kind of how people took that. Then we had Drew. This was great. So they showed a John Cena video package and Drew interrupted it. He was like, no, we're not doing that. Like, this guy didn't even, like, qualify. And so he came down and he was cutting a promo. I can't help and wonder what John Cena from 2011 would say about present-day John Cena. The big-ass bald spot on the back of his head, that deserves its own area code. Like, he was really going off. He crossed his legs, just like Punk did in the pipe bomb. This brought down Damian Priest. He was like, R-Truth makes more sense than you do. There was another one as well where he said that Drew was obsessed with CM Punk. And Drew was like, no, I'm not. And Damian was like, look how you sat. Look at how you sat. You're even sat in like the pipe bomb, the way that you sat with your legs crossed. It was good. There was some of these exchanges were really good, but we went to a different level when CM Punk came out. Stevie Turner saying Pretty Deadly are the #1 tag team. Do not argue with me. Yes, boy! Right, Seth Rollins coming out dressed like this. That brought out CM Punk and he just went off. He said that Seth looked like an oven mitt, which was so good. It was so good. And he was just like really going off on everyone. Logan did a great job of coming out to John Cena's music. That was a great troll job. I'm going to give him his flowers on that, right? I really thought Cena was coming out, so it was a great troll job. I did find his promo after, though, to be lacking. I think I feel a bit sorry for him because they made him follow CM Punk. So CM Punk went out there and he was going off on Seth, going off on Drew, even had a little dig at Damian. I mean, like, Logan had to come out and try and match that, try and be as creative as that, and it wasn't. I think he said that Seth looked like curtains or something, which he didn't. And we already had the line that he looked like an oven mitt, which kind of fit better. So, yeah, I felt a bit sorry for him. I think they did him dirty. I think they had him come out at that point so that he could do the John Cena thing, but it meant he had to follow the great promo from Punk. Here we've got Chutzpah, who says this is what they're reminded of. I thought that was great. I thought that was really good. And there's the oven glove. So Dave, shout out to you. Cathy Kelley said, I just landed in Toronto and I heard everyone booing Logan Paul all the way from the airport. Okay, let's go into our third one. So then we went over to our next match. This was LA Knight in action. He did well, actually. This match was okay. It didn't quite reach the dizzy heights of the first qualifying match because, of course, this was for a United States #1 contenders like tournament. He was taking on Santos, and it was okay, but it fell short of the first match. This was brilliant, right? So we had Sami in the ring. He was talking to Kevin. Kevin then appeared on screen. Kevin was in the stadium. So SmackDown was in the arena. Kevin was in the stadium. And he says, when I end your career and you can't provide for your family, I'm not going to help them. I'll watch them suffer. Honestly, this was pretty savage. This was pretty savage. And some people might think it went a little too far, but they've made no bones about the fact that this is going to be brutal. It's unsanctioned. I think they're really trying to build up how much these two now hate each other. And some of the stuff, he was like, you're going to be in a wheelchair, you won't be able to provide for your family, and I'm not going to care about it. And actually, Sami was saying something similar in response, so it was a really good segment, that. Okay, Mello don't Miz and Orse him. That's what the Miz came up with, and Carmelo just wasn't having it. I really like this bit. So then Miz bumped into Cody. Check this.
Could be Papa Cody.
He was like, touch my skin, right? Cody was like, it's like soft, isn't it? That's Papa Tui. It could be Papa Cody. I thought it was a really good line. So obviously the Miz was telling him, take the Rock's deal, yeah? Then we went to our next match. This was the 6-woman tag match, and honestly, this was a little bit throwaway. 6-woman tag match, and yeah, we had Alexa pop up. So Pop Rocks wins it for Roxanne. Alexa popped up, and then we got the glitch. So here, there was Alexa, there was the glitch. You can see a few things in there. I noticed the Wyatt Sicks, which you can see just there. I saw that. I didn't see anything else, but there was a few other things in there that you can see. We've got them here. So Metal Mama, thank you. So that's the Firefly Funhouse. I believe this is from the final Firefly Funhouse when the door was open and there was lots of images in the doorway. So I have seen people going, oh, what's this? What does this mean? But we had that conversation years ago, to be honest. There was lots of images that was being shown in the doorway. That looks like Alexa, of course. That was Alexa when her tongue went long in the funhouse. And that might be like a messed up picture of Alexa there. And of course, we had one here of the Wyatt Sicks as well. So Zach, thank you. So yeah, we had that. So we know that the Wyatt Sicks are on the way. Do they make their presence felt at the chamber? I don't think so. I think we might have to get past the chamber first. LA Knight, of course, as we said, picking up that victory against Santos. As well as that, we did get Braun and Carmelo. Carmelo was able to secure the victory thanks to a disqualification, right? Let's go over to SmackDown number 4. This was great. Backstage, CM Punk tells Cody Rhodes to take The Rock's offer. He said, take it, shine it up real nice, turn it sideways, and shove it up his part-time Hollywood candy ass. So, love that. CM Punk said a young CM Punk would have took that offer in a heartbeat. Punk was amazing, all throughout this show. Just, there's levels to this game, and he is just right up there when it comes to promos. So, right, we had all of that. And then, of course, we had our main event, LA Knight getting the win in the main event. So LA Knight will go on to face Shinsuke, which is a bit annoying because this week it was meant to be LA Knight against Shinsuke. I don't think Shinsuke was available. I know that I think it was his friend that passed away. And so I think that Shinsuke is maybe not around because of that. And so they ended up doing some throwaway United States tournament to kind of get us back to where we was before the show started anyway. So, bit strange. But with about 10 minutes to go, we ended up with this segment. So here, Metal Mama, shout out to you. In 24 hours, you got to make a decision on whether to sell out to The Rock. Then, of course, we got our final gift, which was this Raptor truck, right? Brilliant. And it did have these logos on and everything. So, brilliant. Amazing. And then this is the bit that sort of lost me. This is the bit I was like, The Rock shows Cody a new weight belt, which features the words Cody's soul and the date of Dusty Rhodes' passing. He was one of my heroes. That night broke my heart. Don't break my heart again. Now, I was trying to make this point, right, online, and that is on our stream, on our watch along. I think he's made this too complicated, right? I don't think it needed... I don't mind him pulling on the heartstrings, okay? But this would have made more sense to me if it was all black with yellow polka dots. It said Dusty Rhodes. It had the date of his passing. And, The Rock was saying Dusty was my hero. And it broke my heart when he passed away. I don't want tomorrow to be as bad as this day. I don't want tomorrow... I don't want to feel that pain again, Something along those lines. I could get that. I'd have no complaints about that. But I just find this to be confusing, I get the date, I get what he's saying, but why has it got Cody's soul written on it, right? Cody's soul is a separate thing to the date of Dusty passing away. And so this is just a bit confusing to me. It's sort of like The Rock is saying, come and join me, right? Come and work with me. Come and be my champion, and I will give you all the riches that you desire. The evil stuff. Yeah, the stuff that's that you don't want Cody to think about. You don't put that in his face. Or, you don't put this in his face. You treat him nice, you give him a truck, you give him a changing room, you give him food and all of that sort of stuff. You don't rub it in his face that I'm going to have your soul. And you don't have it, written on a weight belt. I sort of Cody doesn't owe The Rock anything. So when The Rock's don't break my heart like it did when your dad passed away, if I'm Cody, I'm well, I don't owe you anything. We're friends. We haven't been friends that long. We flipping hated each other last year. This is not the strongest relationship in the world. It's very hard to make out that this is a relationship, a bond that is so close now. I mean, don't forget, we were all confused in early January. when The Rock was like starting to be really kind to Cody. Now, all of a sudden, we're meant to believe that their bond is so close, that they've become so close, that like it would break The Rock's heart as bad as Dusty passing away. For me, this, and I was saying this during the watch-along, I think there's a very simple story here, and I think The Rock keeps making it more confusing. I think he keeps trying to go that little bit further. And for some people, I'm sure people looked at this and went, oh, this is great. For me, I'm like, I didn't need that. Or if you wanted to do that, I think there was a better way of executing it, because I don't think all these things kind of should be together on a weight belt. You know? Like, that's the death of Dusty. That's the words Cody's soul. We've got The Rock's logos on there. Like, it's a bit messy to me, that. It's a bit messy. But it feels very similar to last week. So last week he said, I want your soul. We understood what he meant by it. But the way that it was delivered obviously resulted in a lot of memes, a lot of jokes, a lot of banter, a lot of people being like, God, did he have to go that far, right? But we understood what he meant. Here, I feel like, okay, I get the point, but I don't really understand why it's all together on a weight belt. And I really don't understand why Cody's soul is being like written in and shoved in Cody's face. Like, wouldn't it be a lot better to like tell Cody all the good stuff that you can do if you agree to work with me, rather than, I don't get it. I don't understand why he's shoving that in his face. Because if I'm Cody, this just makes me want to go, this is weird. I don't want to do this. I don't think you're mentally stable. I don't think you're like playing with a full deck of cards, to be honest. Like, this would make me want to go, nah, I'm out. Thank you for the truck and all that, but I'll leave the truck and whatever's going on here. I mean, I don't think that you're in a good headspace. So this would honestly, if I was in Cody's shoes, this would make me turn it down. So I don't really feel like this was necessary, but I'm sure there'll be people that disagree. Brandy said, did he just say they FaceTimed? It is true. Rock was like, we've been texting, we've been FaceTiming. Brandy's like, did he just say they FaceTimed? So there might have been some stuff going on that even Brandy wasn't aware of. So, Tony, shout out to you. Okay, that was all of that. We've not done too bad, actually. I think we have managed to get through an awful lot of stuff. Let's go down. This is the fun folder, right? So we've done the WWE news. We did Elimination Chamber Kickoff. We did SmackDown. Let's go into the fun folder. There is a spoiler as to what's being reported as to who's going to win the men's chamber. So there is a spoiler doing the rounds. I don't want to just come out and say it, and I didn't want to talk about it early because I want people to be able to enjoy this video. And if they want to just click away when we get to the spoiler, that's fine. I think what I'll do is I'll leave the spoiler to the very end, and I'm not doing that to try and keep people around because I'll put it in a timestamp so you can just jump to it anyway, right? So I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm doing it because there will be people that don't want to see this news, and so they can watch the video and jump off before we get to it. So I think we'll do that, okay? So there is that at the end. So, King Yeek newsletter, I thought this was pretty fun. These are just some fun memes that have done the rounds. So, Soul on a pole, Cody versus Rock. Remember, size does matter, and there's the small AEW ring. When your son has too much boo, and he does get booed a lot, and not enough yakka. Boyaka, boyaka. Very good. Here, facts you don't know about Tonga Loa. Let's go. Tonga Loa is only 17 World Championships away from beating Ric Flair and John Cena's records. He's got the same number of WrestleMania main events as CM Punk. He's had the same number of IC title reigns as Sheamus, and he has never lost a match that he has won. Tonga Loa is him. This is him. So we love WWE. I thought that was very good. King Yeek newsletter, thank you. Here, look, Chelsea Green said, Dear Zelina, I hate your stinking guts. You make me vomit. You're the scum beneath my toes. Love, Champ Chels. Zelina said, I just knew she had stinky ass feet. Did you hear that, Wiki Feet Goers? Minus two stars. So it's because she said you're the scum between my toes. And Zelina's like, I knew she had stinky ass feet. So there we go. Carl, shout out to you. Kelly the Wise Lady, thank you. Miles Born Again said, Stone Cold's, hey brother, I think the what phrase rightfully belongs to me now. Again, Miles is the deaf wrestler, and that's a great line again from Miles. Darren, Miss Clown, shout out to you. So celebrate 25 years of Stratusfaction with this limited edition signature series bout. Look at that. So celebrate Trish Stratus with this very special signature series championship. That's really nice. That's really cool. I like that. Miss Clown again. So this doing the rounds. Lots of figures shown off today. We're not going to worry about it here. There's lots of other channels for that. But there was this awesome truth set that was shown with the new titles, the plinth, Triple H in a suit, R-Truth and Miz. It's a weird set for them to make, but a fun one. So you get 3 figures, Triple H in like boss mode, and you get these new updated tag titles, of course. So there we go. Awesome Truth set that was shown. As well as that, we also had, oh, this was really good. You need to watch all of that, right? We should have a little clip that we can play, but you do need to watch this. It's really funny. Roman and Paul. I think it's IGN. Roman Reigns during that video said the big dog is dead. It didn't happen. Here's a separate one, right? Oh, here's a clip from it, actually. So this is, they were showing him funny memes and he was reacting. So here's one of Roman looking at the phone and that's what was on the phone, right? So here's Roman.
I don't celebrate holidays. How could that be accurate at all?
Who made this?
Probably the same guy that wants its IGN and rain.
It looks like I'm in the middle of an orgasm here. Guys, this is a PG situation here. We got a lot of kids, you know, come on now. Hey, Paul does look kind of cute, doesn't he?
And honestly, there's other moments that are just as good. It's really fun. It's really good. Here's Chelsea on Sport Bible trying out this. Apparently, she tries to pick a leg. Pickled onion, sorry. We do have pickled eggs as well. But she tried a pickled onion from the UK. And she was like, oh, she tried it. She was like, it's not as bad as I thought, actually. And she tried it. She was like, okay, that's passable. I don't think she'd be running for them again. But she was like, But then she said, these are everywhere in America. It's like pickle in a bag. And she said, I've never tried them or anything. It seems wrong, but it's very American. She does not like this.
Okay, here we go.
Let's turn it up.
I'm not going to stick this whole thing.
Yeah.
Although there may be an audience that wants to see that too. It seems wrong to eat it now. Okay, here we go.
Oh, is that the only clip?
This whole thing.
Yeah.
So she tries it and she really she can't stop sniffing it going, oh my God. She actually tells people to come over just to smell it. She's like, it's like if you go to a gym and you work out and you don't shower after or something, it's just horrific. She really was not a fan. So there's 2 videos you need to watch. You need to watch this IGN Roman Paul thing. It's really funny. And this was really funny as well. Really, really good. So WrestleBuzz, thank you. Ashma, thank you. We got some new figures of the Bloodline. So again, lots of new figures shown. But there's Solo Sikoa. There's Jacob. They both look a little bit thin to me. I think that's the best looking one. Tongaloa. He might botch in the ring, but Mattel have not botched. And Tama Tonga's all right. It's all right. I think that Tongaloa's the best one of the 4, though. So there we go. Some new figures. D and B Riley, shout out to you. Let's go over to other, shall we? So just the one thing in here. So we've got Jay saying, I always thought that we put on great matches. If you look at it, we had great matches with the Wyatt family, the Shield, the New Day. Now I feel like I've had a good couple of matches, but not ones that stick in people's minds. This is redemption time on the big stage. The pressure is on. I love that from Jay, speaking to CBS Sports, because it is true. In a tag team, he was amazing. Solo matches, he's had some good ones, but nothing that really sticks out. And he knows the pressure is on. He knows he's got to deliver that as a singles wrestler. I think a lot of people will be really pleased to hear that. So, Muggsy, thank you. I want to find, because I can't believe it's not in here, a picture of Piper Niven as the Mountie. Look at this. So we were in Canada, of course. Chelsea was wearing half USA Stars and Stripes, half Canadian kind of inspired gear. So 50-50. She was talking about how American people are better, and there was loud boos from the Canadian fans. Obviously, we know what's going on with tariffs and 51st state and all of that stuff, right? So Americans aren't massively popular in Canada at the moment. But this was great. To see the Secret Hervis coming out dressed as a Mountie. Love it. Love it. I honestly thought I'd put this in a folder, but clearly not. Clearly, I botched it. Clearly, I Tonga lowered it. So, there we go. I think, is it just... Yeah, we've got our spoiler, which we'll leave last. So, let's go, community. So, Gio DeFio, shout out to you. Getting a like, was it? A follow. Like? I think it's a like. Or a repost? I don't know. I think it's a repost there by the looks of it. So, getting something from Chelsea Green. So, shout out to you, buds. Uncle Revel got a really good haul. Obviously, they very kindly sent us the pictures from the Elimination Chamber store. So, this is what was picked up. So, a really good haul. Here, shout out to you, Dexter. Matt has got the beginning of a new collection. I really like these. I think these are really good. They're small. You can collect loads of them. They're going to be relatively inexpensive. I think these are really good for like a collection. I'd love to see this series stick around for a long time, you know? Because I think the faces look really good. These little wrestlers, I think, look really, really good. I'd love to see a whole range of them. So, yeah, I agree. I think brilliant. JRM9485 said, my little girl went to school today looking to get ready for the chamber. Play and pain on her nails. Very good. I love that. I think that's absolutely brilliant. So shout out to JRM9485 and to your daughter. Absolutely fantastic. Cheering on Alexa Bliss. So very, very good. Naomi's Cam sharing a picture from, I think this was a little while ago. I don't think this was recent. Is that like maybe even a TNA belt? I'm not sure. But yeah, very good. Meeting Naomi, Trinity. Very good. And Colton, shout out to you getting a like from Carrion. Well done. And shout out to M2K Effects. Over 500 subscribers now on YouTube. So love that, buds. Many congratulations on that road to 1,000. So very, very good. Okay, let's do the spoiler now. So I'm telling you, this is news from Dr. Chris Featherstone, okay, who has got stuff right in the past, but some people in our community are, you know, not confident that he is accurate. So, as always, I'm going to leave it up to you. It's up to you as to whether you want to believe this or not, okay? But this is what he is reporting. I'm not saying that this is true, because I don't know, but this is what's doing the rounds. This is the person that is rumoured to be winning the men's elimination chamber, okay? So, if you want to click off the video now, you've had ample opportunity. Okay, so Edward tagging me in this. So, Cultaholic reporting it, right? Reports have noted John Cena was scheduled to win the chamber, punch his ticket to undisputed title match, right? But a new report from Dr. Chris Featherstone on Backstage Pass claims Drew McIntyre is scheduled to win Elimination Chamber. So, there we go. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's the direction it's going. Everyone is going to be keeping an eye on that now. And if it doesn't go that way, he's going to have quite the backlash, isn't he? So he's really nailing that to the mast. He could have kept that quiet, you know, but instead he's decided to kind of go public with it. If it doesn't go that way now, his reputation's going to take a real hit. This is what I was saying on the watch along. I don't think you gamble with something like that if you haven't had information. So I think there could be something to that. Right, let's get to thanks. So Johnny, Chris, CM Chunk, Bradley, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Wrestling's biggest fan, Jang Tae Sang, Claire, Big Bam, Patrick, Babs the Barbarian, Joel, Kelly the Wise Lady, It's Kaz81, Real Wrestling Fan, Matter, Parker, Shaq Dizel, Muggsy, Raymond, and Wild Child Billy. Thank you for all the support. Really appreciate it. I need to run away and start working on the opinions video, but I hope you enjoyed this episode. I mean, it was absolutely rammed. So much stuff in there. We had the kickoff show, we had SmackDown, we had WWE news, we had the fun folder, the spoiler at the end, we had Piper Niven dressed as the Mountie. So much going on. I hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate the support. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.